What's next for Afghanistan after control of the country was handed back to the Taliban after 20 years? Well, here to answer that question and so many others we're going to Brian Boyd. He's an intelligence analyst and counterterrorism specialist who served in the Departments of Defense and was also part of the leadership of the Joint Council Operations Command. Mr. Boyd, always a pleasure getting your insight. So here we are. What are your thoughts about how everything went down?
Yes, ma'am. I don't mean to correct you. It's the Joint Special Operations Command that I helped start their Intelligence Analysis Division. Your
And thank
question
you
is,
for
where do
that.
we go from here? Yes, ma'am. Where do we go from here? Is that your question?
Yes.
Well, it's a pragmatic decision since the withdrawal would look more like a rout than a withdrawal because it was hasty and it wasn't executed in the best of ways. You'll hear that from both sides of the aisle. The issue has now to do with what about the Afghans that were left there? There are some Americans there, but now we have to take a look and see as to what this new government's going to do. The Taliban. The Taliban used to run Afghanistan until we pushed them out in 2001 as a result of the invasion back then and during the Bush administration. But what we're looking at is a new regime run by the Taliban, but they have a fly in the ointment because they have ISIS-K, which is the ISIS Khorasan, and they don't want the Taliban to succeed. Now, they're a break-off group, and they hate the Taliban. So you're going to have internal factional fighting. The Taliban wants to get legitimacy because they need money. Up till now, 60% of their money has come from the opium traffic and from taxation, extortion, taxing the truckers who provide all the support to the international forces there. They're taking care of, they're taxing illegal and legal mining trades and precious stones there, but they need more money. Right now, they got a $1.5 billion budget to operate with. Their concern is to get some sort of international support for financial aid in order to continue their growth. Internally, they're going to have other groups trying to fight them. You got the warlords there who also disagree. Some of the warlords sided with the Taliban, some of the warlords sided with the Afghan government, and then ISIS-K. So you're going to have continual internal civil war, which is going to roll up a lot of Afghanis, and the Americans are still stuck there in the middle.
Mr. Boyd, so what does that mean for the Americans that are left behind? And was that even a realistic goal for the president to say no American will be left behind when we really didn't even have a true number of how many were there?
The promises made and promises broken, I think, is the emotional state of all of us right now, because he said he'd leave no one behind. But because the withdrawal was a sort of a forced date of execution without any kind of strict contingency, we didn't negotiate in a hard way with the Taliban. We had special forces obviously working with the Taliban to secretly get out a lot of Americans through that secret exit that's been in the news recently. The problem is we didn't take an orderly, calm release to make sure we had everybody out of there. It was a forced choice. And so we do have Americans at risk. The question is, will the Taliban or any other internal group do anything to harm Americans? It's not in the best interest of the Taliban to create any problem with Americans because it may cause this president or any future administrations to come in and re-invade. The Taliban's happy. They got foreign intervention out. That's been their jihad for 20 years. At this point, I don't think they'll conduct anything to endanger American lives because it could cause troops to go back in. The problem, as I said before, is ISIS-K is in the middle of this, and they could cause problems.
Mr. Boyd, I have to ask you this. Do you truly feel that the U.S.'s involvement in Afghanistan is truly done at this point?
Unfortunately not. If you go all the way back to the 70s when the Soviets invaded because they wanted to prop up a communist government, and the Muslims there didn't like communism, and they formed a group of mujahideen, which were local tribes, and America provided weapons to them, and that became the Taliban. So it's a quagmire that's existed for forever. Until that part of the world can settle its civil war problem, decide on who and how they want to operate their government, and whether or not they can get involved in the international community to become part of a normal economic trade issue, you're going to have this issue constantly. The hard part is whether or not these internal groups will cause any harm to Americans to cause our policy to go back in and recapture people, take out hostages. These are serious issues that they're lingering. You got to remember, Iran and Russia are part of the backup of this government. They're the ones who provide the support. They're providing financial support as well.
Mr. Boyd, we found Osama bin Laden 10 years ago, a decade ago, right?
Correct.
Was this about ego or was it truly about rebuilding a country?
I think there was four issues at the time. The initial reason for going in is when President Bush threatened the Omar to have Osama bin Laden brought to justice, and they demanded that the Al Qaeda training camps, which were conducting operations against the Western world, be dismantled. And when they refused, that's when the Bush administration formed a coalition of 40 countries to go in and invade. Since Osama bin Laden's been taken down, the other reasons were there have been a lot to do with democratic growth of that country. They were growing in a fashion that looked all right. The problem is there was corruption in the Afghan government. The police were extorting locals. The politicians were paying for court dates. And then the big issue is about women's rights. A lot of the people there really enjoyed their freedoms. So those people, these younger generation, have grown up having freedom and knowing what it's like to live free and be able to dress as they choose and going to school, being able to be educated. We have Afghan women who are mayors, and that's going to be all of a sudden taken away. That's going to create an undercurrent of more civil unrest and more factionalizing.
Yeah. Mr. Boyd, always a pleasure, and thank you for that insight, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for having me on.
Always a pleasure.